Hello and welcome to the Chris Chan Weekly Update. My name is GiBi. In case you missed my middle of the week update on the Dr. Phil thing, Chris put out a tweet saying he would go on Dr. Phil if Dr. Phil contacted him directly. This made me realize that I had violated the Prime Directive and had done something that might interfere with Chris's life, so I put out a video disavowing the Dr. Phil petition. Chris then put out a tweet changing his mind, saying he would not go on Dr. Phil, but would go on Dr. Wolf, who is a YouTube brony who is actually an accountant in real life. Quote, "By the way, on further thought of the question, I would go on record to refuse to be on Dr. Phil. I've seen a few episodes of his show, and I don't care much for him. He comes off as pretentious, and I do not need such drama that is a freaking talk show like that. If anyone should be offering their non-biased responses to my thoughts, I dare say it simply must be Dr. Wolf's creator on an actual Moment with Dr. Wolf episode or more. I have spoken. Lightning heart lightning." Needless to say, this would not be good for Chris, nor would it be quite as funny. So I'm going to stay out of that. Next topic. The Captain mystery has been solved. I have a few sources who frequent kiwi farms, and they've kept me up to date with what's been going on since my channel has grown. One of them explained that the Captain hasn't actually been active in Chris's life for quite a few months. The story goes like this. The Captain, Marvin, and Noel are three different people who wanted to help Chris by vetting his social media and making sure he had strong passwords. All of them gained Chris's trust by texting him on his personal phone number and pretending to see magi-chan. They went along with Chris's delusions. One of them was the person who doxed Lucas while pretending to be magi-chan because Lucas was trolling Chris. The Captain bowed out of the situation a few months ago, and since then it has mostly been Marvin helping Chris. So at the end of the day, it's really up to you to decide if the Captain helped or hurt Chris. The intentions were good, and they staved off trolls, but Chris used these three individuals' claims of seeing magi-chan as a defense against people saying he was crazy for seeing magi-chan. I'm just glad that I was finally able to clear all of that up. Next topic, Chris's Twitter for this week. It was Chris's birthday last Sunday. He turned 37. And apparently he did not have a good night. Quote, "I got this from a fellow brony. My brain is taking a holiday after a rough night last night, so I'm just going to do this thing. Lightning heart lightning." We can assume he's talking about insomnia and brain zaps like he's talked about in the past, but we also know that Chris believes that his soul visits the other dimension at night. So perhaps he just means that his body is taxed from this dimensional crossing. Either way, in order to unwind, he posted this list of questions, which he then answered. It's kind of like an Ask Me Anything, only it's an Ask Me Only These Highly Inane Questions. That didn't mean we didn't get some really interesting responses from Chris, though. So I'm going to read this entire tweet thread. Nickname. From the current name of Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu and CPU Blueheart of the Commodore consoles, Chris Chan and Chris are acceptable to me, as long as y'all remember the correct pronouns with me. Age, just turned 37 yesterday. Height, human height, 5'11". Sonichu height, 3'5", plus 7-inch long ears. Sexuality, female and bisexual. Favorite sound, good guitar notes. Favorite smell, mint and apples. Any siblings? Then he lists his siblings, including Joseph Cole Smithy, but I will not read the rest because he includes their full names. Do you drink? Not often, but consider myself on the social drinker level. Crush? Loving my partners. Crizel Rosechew, Magi-chan Sonichu, Sylvana Rosechew, Mewtwo. Parentheses, the cloned one. Any phobias? Fear of being not liked or rejected and pushed away. Parentheses, verbally or physically, by those I like. Cats or dogs? Chris interprets this question as asking if he has cats or dogs, not which one he prefers, and he writes, 3 dogs, Snoopy, Clover, and Patty. Parentheses, reincarnated anthropomorphic dog OC. Many cats outside. Inside cats, Lucy, Sylvia, and then reincarnated anthropomorphic cat OCs, Kitty, Scamper, Polo, Sorbet. Any scars? Yes. Physical, emotional, and mental. Books you would recommend. Any Goosebumps or Fear Street books from R.L. Stine. My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness by Kibi Naguta. My Sonichu book series. TV shows you would recommend. Frasier, Seinfeld, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Saturday AM, Sonic the Hedgehog, Original Teen Titans, Daria, Golden Girls, Keeping Up with Appearances, Are You Being Served, Classic Paddington Bear, Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Senpai. Piercings, tattoos? My ears each have 3 piercings. No tattoos. Which concerts have you been to? Classical music concerts, Sally Rose concert, Fridays After 5 concerts. What would you name your kids? Future daughter, Crystal Weston Chandler. Future intersex child, Ricardo Weston Chandler. If you could instantly learn any language, what would it be? I have plenty of Spanish, so for an insta-learn, I'd want to say all of the languages, but the top choice, Japanese. Moon or stars? Why not both? Favorite song right now? All-time favorite, Sonic Boom by Pastiche from Sonic CD. Present favorite, Twist of Fate by Olivia NJ. Best friends? Magi-chan Sonichu, Grizel Rosechu, Sylvana Rosechu, Mewtwo the Cloned One, my mother, Barbara Ann Weston Chandler. Favorite sport? Tennis, swimming, running, basketball. What do you like about yourself? Physically, my eyes. Characteristically, my self-awareness... Characteristically, my self-awareness and mental lucidity. What do you dislike about yourself? Physically, this born penis. Characteristically, random quotations and ramblings from my brain when I am tired or exhausted. Someone you miss? A number of specific individuals who I shall not mistakenly dox on here. Places you'd like to visit? England, Japan, Canada, maybe Germany, Scotland, and Ireland. What was one of the best parties you've been to? Quote, the Christery of Sonichu panel at MagFest 2018. Do you want kids? Yes. Hobbies? Arts and crafts, drawing, writing, creating, Lego constructing / building, video games, some figure collecting, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG gameplay and collecting, and more. Favorite subject? Mathematics, art, and computers. Least favorite subject? Geography. Same. Favorite flower? Lilies or daisies? What are you currently looking forward to? Getting myself, fullestly, to Quickville in dimension C197, or our combined dimension of 1C211987. Dream vacation? Ponyville in Equestria. Where do you see yourself 5 and 10 years from now? In our fully merged combined dimensions, helping all of my peoples, loves, family, allies, friends in Quickville, and anywhere else I can be of good help. And with my daughter, Crystal Weston Chandler Rosechew. Why did you join Twitter? To branch out socially. Something else to put some of my thoughts, art, and media on to share. Certainly not to be hated and harassed upon by the internet bugbear bullies. Lightning Heart Lightning. So that was Chris's very long thread answering all of those questions unnecessarily. I think that the major takeaway from this is that Chris still believes in the dimensional merge, and that he's going to name all of his children Weston. This week also saw the release of the newest trailer for Detective Pikachu, which legitimately looks like a good movie. I haven't been this hyped for a movie from a trailer in a very long time. So, spoilers for the trailer, since I know a lot of people are avoiding it. So, here's your warning. But, at the end, Mewtwo shows up bursting through a Pikachu balloon. Chris sent out a tweet about this, which I will read now. Quote, also, I did see the new #Detective Pikachu trailer. My hubby too, oh my god, actually did help out during those events, though the surging through the parade balloon, in his own words, was a bit exaggerated. Was exaggerated a bit. Lightning Heart Lightning. It seems like Chris is saying that he believes the events of the movie actually happened in the other dimension to his husband, Mewtwo, or, as he calls him, Hubby 2. And that this movie is a dramatization of the events where Mewtwo has an expanded role. I don't know how Chris picks and chooses which fictional media really happened in the other dimension and which didn't, but apparently this one sort of did. And finally, on Chris's Twitter, he's updated us about some Sonichu lore. He writes, I've just received a question on the current status of Russell Sonny and Cynthia Rosie. These two characters are your children. So here's the question that someone asked him. These two characters are your children, right? What happened to them? So far, we haven't seen them in any other comics or mentioned. I'm only curious. And then there's a picture from the, this is a panel from the Gay Pride episode of Sonichu. And it's Chris looking in two directions at once with his very misaligned eyes at his son and daughter. Chris answers, yes. Russell and Cynthia are the children of my Quickville counterpart, not myself personally. They both are still very much alive, safe, and well. Christine has been working hard in her responsibilities and workloads, which was why she had left them with Heather. Russell and Cynthia have both evolved and are working with Christine and helping others out, while still being themselves. They both are finding their tough type niches, while still remaining heartfelt and kind. They found work in a car garage, and taken up vehicular education. They are also learning about the ins and outs of the military vehicles, so they can do some damage to a few of the enemy's assets, quick as a flash. Christine watches over them, but not in a helicopter parent way. She is very proud of the two of them. So, in case you didn't know, we're going to go to the quickie for this, but these are the children of the fictional version of Chris, the Chris that exists in Quickville. But if you're wondering who the other parent is, there isn't one. Let me read this quote. Back in human form, Christine extracted some of her essence, some of her semen, and then in female Sonichu form, she shot the semen up herself. After that, when she tried to transform back to human, she could not. She was stuck in her Chris-chan Sonichu form. Then, between magi-chan and the examinations at the hospital, she was knocked up for sure. This is a quote by Chris, on the beautiful act of conception. So yes, Chris got himself pregnant, and that's where these two Sonichus came from. Chris continues on Twitter, Everyone, in the few years since the first annual Pride Festival in Quickville, I proudly present what results from the genes of a Lady Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu. Very well educated, tough, smart, and athletic. Here are Russell Sonichu and Cynthia Rosechu. Russell and Cynthia ended up getting tough oil and grease stains on their quills. She uses a very tough shampoo to get it out of her hair, and does a better job keeping her tail out from under the vehicles while working on them. Russ got an ear tip burned off while working under the hood and chassis. He likes to chill and drive once in a while. They both have legal and valid driver's license, and are savvy and great drivers. The running still runs their course. Chris, what does that mean? They both are able to pull stunts, twists, drifts, drafts, and turns. Likes the witch of Slaughter, Races, Shank, and Vanellope. Both can appreciate and applaud. Russ and Synth are both that awesome of drivers. And knowing both vehic and running stunts in a mad dash to take out the enemy jet with a wrench turn is quite an asset on the battlefield. Lightning Heart Lightning. That was a whole lot of nonsense. But user Volpixel says, From afar, I thought Cynthia was flipping the bird. Haha. And Chris responds, My bad. I was going for a checkmark gesture, but I guess I drew it wrong. And then he takes a picture of what he was intending to draw. So that's actually all for the Chris-chan updates for this week. I hope you tune into my channel for more updates next Sunday and various other videos throughout the week. And you can check out my other channel. It's more focused on video games. It's called Puffin Muffler, and it's a lot of fun. You can follow me on Twitter at GiBi_Devin, and make sure to check out my live streams. I do them mostly on Saturdays, and I will let you know on the community tab here on YouTube or on Twitter.
You guys, you wanted to crash into someone.
If you press start, you can see a big
what do
map.
people look like?
See them, like,
Nice.
when they're not up against it and, like, they're actually on the map.
That's because I'm close.
Yeah. And then that's when you praise Allah.
I cannot find
You're
my
dead.
flash drive.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I did.
You were close.